Hi, I'm Amelia mom just trying to survive this messy, unpredictable world while doing the best I can for my little girl, and everything truly began on a day that seemed so normal it almost felt scripted. The sun was gentle through the curtains. Lily's giggles were dancing around the house, and for a moment it felt like life was peaceful. That was before things started to shift, before I noticed the very first sign that something was deeply, strangely wrong with Mrs. Harrow. It was a regular morning, nothing special. Lily sat on the living room floor, brushing her doll's hair, and making up tiny stories in that sweet voice only kids have. Her laughter filled the house like music. Then, out of nowhere, Mrs. Harrow stepped into the room. She stood there stiffly, her eyes narrowing as she watched Lily play. "Be careful with those dolls, Lily. They're not cheap, you know?" Her tone sliced through the warmth in the room. Lily, sweet innocent Lily, only nodded quietly, confused and unsure. I tried to laugh it off. Maybe she was tired, maybe she was irritated from something earlier. Everyone has off days, I told myself, but I had no idea it was only the start. Days slipped by, then weeks, and her sharp comments became the new normal. Every morning felt heavier than the last. Her patience thinned until it felt like even Lily breathing too loudly bothered her. One evening, Lily accidentally spilled juice on the rug, an honest mistake, something any child could have done. But the reaction that followed, "What have you done? You clumsy child! Do you know how hard it is to clean this?" Her voice cut like ice. Lily's eyes filled with tears instantly. She whispered, "I'm sorry," her little body shaking as if the world had turned against her. I stepped in, heart pounding. "Mom, it's just a rug. We can clean it. Lily didn't mean to." But Mrs. Harrow huffed, muttered under her breath, and stormed away. That night, as I tucked Lily into bed, her tiny voice cracked the silence. "Mommy, does Grandma hate me?" I swear my heart broke into 1,000 pieces. "No, sweetheart. She's just going through a hard time." Even though the words came out smooth, deep inside I felt the truth tugging. Something was wrong. Very wrong. I wanted to talk to David, my husband, but he was drowning in work every day. I didn't want to add to his stress. I told myself I would wait. But the universe didn't let me, because then came the moment everything spun out of control. Lily had been playing hide-and-seek and accidentally pushed open the door to Mrs. Harrow's room, bumping a vase that crashed to the floor. The sound was like a bomb. "You reckless little brat, look what you've done." Her voice tore through the house, and the slap that followed froze my blood. I raced toward the sound, heart slamming in my chest. "Stop! How dare you lay a hand on her?" There she stood, Mrs. Harrow, her hand still raised, her eyes burning with something I couldn't recognize. Lily sobbed on the floor, her cheek red and swollen. "You always spoil her, Emily. She needs to learn." I grabbed Lily, hugging her tight, my own tears blurring the room. "This isn't discipline. This is cruelty. You need help, Mom." That night, I didn't leave Lily's room. I held her close and promised myself that things could not stay the same. Something had to change, and soon. A few days later, I walked through the front door and froze as the scene unfolded before me like a nightmare. Lily was on the floor, crying and terrified, while Mrs. Harrow stood above her with her hand still lifted. "What the hell is going on?" "She needs discipline," she snapped. "She found my savings and was playing with it. Lily is a child. You can't hit her." I picked Lily up again, her tiny body trembling. "I didn't mean it, Mommy. I just found it. It's okay, baby. None of this is your fault." But Mrs. Harrow wasn't finished. "You're too soft on her, Emily. She grew up spoiled. Discipline doesn't mean hurting her. I won't let you near her if this is how you behave." Anger boiled inside me, hot, shaking, dangerous. This wasn't just a moment of frustration. This was something darker. Something that could break Lily. Later, when David came home, I heard his tired steps. I knew I had to tell him, even though part of me feared how he'd react. "David, we need to talk. It's about your mother." He looked at me, worried. "What happened?" I told him everything, from the slap to the screaming. His face twisted from confusion to disbelief to pure concern. "My mom hit Lily? I can't believe this." "David, I saw it. Lily is scared. And honestly, So, Emma, we have to do something. He rubbed his face, torn. I need to talk to her. This isn't like her. Talking might not be enough. Lily's safety has to come first. He nodded slowly, guilt and stress mixing on his face. I know. I'll talk to her again. Later that night, when I tucked Lily into bed, her voice trembled again. Mommy. Does Grandma not love me anymore? Grandma is having a hard time, baby. But I'm here. I'll always protect you. This moment, this fragile little question, pushed me past the point of waiting. Mrs. Harrow had crossed a line too deep to ignore. That night, the house felt different. The walls seemed to hold the tension. I lay awake, turning over thoughts in my mind, planning, replaying, forming a quiet resolve. The next day at work, I told my coworker Jenna everything before I could stop myself. She hit Lily. Jenna's eyes widened. Emily, that's serious. You have to protect her. I know. I just never thought she'd go this far. Talking about it made the reality sink deeper. I began documenting everything, every insult, every outburst, every moment Lily flinched. Reliving it hurt, but I knew it mattered. That evening, David and I sat together again. David, maybe Lily shouldn't see your mom for a while.
He sighed heavily. I know, it's just hard. I understand.
But Lily comes first. He nodded slowly. I'll make it clear. The days that followed were filled with tension-whispered calls, uncomfortable silences, arguments behind closed doors. I kept hearing Mrs. Harrow's words in my head. She's just a child, Mom. You can't treat her like this. My friends became my support system, offering advice and encouragement. But the real turning point came unexpectedly. I was at a small neighborhood gathering when Mrs. Thompson, our elderly neighbor, pulled me aside. Emily, I've seen how Mrs. Harrow treats Lily. It isn't right. Her words hit me like a punch. You've seen it too? She nodded. I've seen her yank Lily's arm, scold her for nothing. It's been worrying me. That confirmation gave me strength I didn't know I needed. Lily deserved safety. She deserved calm. She deserved a childhood free from fear. One quiet afternoon, as Lily played in her room, I overheard her whispering. To her dolls, we have to be quiet, or the witch will get angry. The word stabbed straight through me. She wasn't just scared, she was absorbing it, shaping it into her world. I walked in gently. Hey, sweetie. You know, Grandma's not really a witch, right? She looked up at me, her eyes serious butches. Mean like a witch? I hugged her tight, fighting back tears. You won't have to see her for a while. Okay, we'll keep you safe as the days passed. David's conversations with his mother grew more heated. I can't just stand by Mom. What you did was wrong. I could hear the strain in his voice, the conflict tearing him apart, but he stood by us, by Lily, the decision to keep Lily away from Mrs. Harrow. Washered but necessary. We needed to build a sanctuary, a place where fear and tension had no hold, a place where Lily could be just a child, free from the shadow of a harsh word or a raised hand. As I put Lily to bed that night, her small voice filled the room. Mommy, Wilf. Which come back? No, sweetie, no more witches here, just us. Okay, she nodded, snuggling into her blankets. Just us. I watched her drift off to sleep, a peaceful expression on her face. It was a small victory, but a significant one. We were building our safe haven one day at a time. The day we decided to seek professional help from Mrs. Harrow was filled with a mix of anxiety and hope. David and I sat in the waiting room off psychiatric facility, a silence between us heavy with unspoken thoughts. You think we doing the right thing? David looked at me, his eyes way. It's the only thing we can do now. For Mung, for Lily, for us. When a psychiatrist called us in, I felt a knot in my stomach. Mrs. Harrow sat there looking smaller, more vulnerable than I'd ever seen her. Mrs. Harrow, we've been discussing your recent behaviors and we believe you need specialized care and support. Mrs. Harrow just stared at her hands, silent. It was first time I'd seen her at a loss for words. Is there anything you'd like to say? She finally looked up, her voice barely a whisper. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm scared. It was a side of Mrs. Harrow I had never seen before, vulnerable, afraid. It was hard to console. This image with the woman who had caused so much pain. Over the next few weeks, we visited the facility regularly. The doctors diagnosed Mrs. Harrow with a mental health condition that had been affecting her behavior. It was a relief to have an explanation, but It didn't erase the past one evening as Lily and I sat on the porch. She looked up at me with curious eyes. Is Grandma going to be okay? I pulled her into a hot warmth of her small body, a stark contrast to the cool evening air. She's getting the help she needs, sweetie, and we're here for her. Okay, Lily nodded, snuggling closer. I just want us all to be happy, she said softly. Her words echoed my own wishes. A simple, happy life, that's all we ever wanted. David's visits to his mother became more about understanding and less about confrontation. He come back with updates, a mix of concern and hope in his voice. Ivy say she's responding to treatment. It's going to take time, but there's hope. I could see the relief in his eyes. The burden of guilt and worry slowly lifting. Mabe, now we could start to heal as a family. The days turned into weeks, and slowly the atmosphere in our home lightened. Li's laughter returned, filling spaces that had once been shadowy. Fear. One day, as we were having dinner, David looked at us, a smile tugging at his lips. You know, I think we're going to. Okay, we've been through a lot, but we're still here. Still together, we're more than okay. I replied, we're strong and we're healing together. As the story of our family unfolded, it became a testament to resilience and the power of seeking help. Mrs. Harrow's journey through mental health treatment, or journey as a family toward understanding and forgiveness. It was a path filled with challenges, but also with love and hope. Life had thrown us into turbulent waters, but we learned to navigate them together. And as we move forward, the dawn of a new day brought with it the promise of peace, healing, and a stronger bond than ever before. The story of Emily, Lily, and Mrs. Harrow has come to a close, revealing the complexities of family dynamics and mental health. Here's a question for you to ponder. If you were in Emily's position, how would you have handled the situation with Mrs. Harrow? Would you have made the same choices or taken a different path? Your experience and opinions matter, and I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this story and would like to hear more, please don't forget to like this video.